Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ishmael from Conjured Realm. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about how do you go about making them want you? How do you make your SP chase after you, crave you, want you, think about you all day, every single day? To start, I want to just preface that it's all going to come down to you. Everyone outside of you, everything you experience is happening because of you. So with that in your mind, and that we know that we only experience ourselves, we have a base on where to start. If we are always experiencing self, what are some of the things we can do to make external world, 3D, show up in a way that we want? Well, that happens by changing self. That happens by changing us first. And then the 3D reflects back to us what we are doing internally. So a lot of you question and ask and send emails about, well, SP is doing XYZ. I'm freaking out, I'm having a panic attack, I'm spiraling. Well, I want to tell you right off the bat that it's not going to change, and it's not going to get any better unless you change. Unless you do what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to always keep interacting with the version of the SP that's doing the stuff that you don't want them to be doing, that keeps commenting on other people's posts, that keeps prioritizing other girls or other men, that keeps not showing up for you how you want them to. Until you change you and the identity and the story that you're telling, it's not going to change. It's not going to change because that is the most dominant thought that you have about that person and the situation. Our dominant thoughts is what is creating the 3D world. Our 4D is what's creating the outside. So if you want SP to start showing up for you that way, we need to start telling a different story. SP is infatuated with me. SP loves talking to me. SP and I have constant communication. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to be easy for everyone. Of course, I'm not saying that, but it's the difference between someone who is a conscious creator and a lazy reactor. You're choosing to accept the things that is happening to you on the 3D at face value. First of all, you're making meaning towards all the things SP is doing, when you could be giving the things that they're doing different meanings. So for example, if they don't text you right away, maybe you have a story that it's probably because they're entertaining somebody else. See, that's where you're going wrong, because you could just be entertaining the story that they're probably busy at work or studying, right? But instead you chose the more negative path, in which now that is showing up in your 3D and you're getting evidence of that, and that's making you spiral and freak out. It's the story you're telling. You can only experience you. Nothing is happening because the 3D is conscious. The 3D is now sentient. It's not trying to teach you a lesson. It's not doing anything because it has free will. It's only following your lead. So until you change your perception of SP, and I know people email me this all the time that I sound like a bitch for saying it, but because it's the truth. Like, what do you want me to say? It's the truth. Until you change, it's not going to get better for you. Like, I don't know how else to put that. You're the one making all these things outside of you happen. I'm sorry, like, that's the rule when it comes to manifesting. I didn't invent the rule, I just know how to play the game. And until you learn how to play the game correctly, you're going to keep coming into contact with versions of SP that is not ideal. Now, when 3D shows you unfavorable circumstances, you can either move your focus away from that or give it a meaning that's favorable. That's all you have to do, and you just persist on doing that until you get your desire. That's really all you have to do with manifesting. It's not this big grand thing that is like the hardest thing in the world. You just are not regulating your nervous system, for one, and you allow every little thing to freak you out and make you react. Stop reacting to every little thing. Reacting means accepting. Everything in the 3D can be changed and molded into whatever it is that you want. It's not permanent. Okay? You have to understand that it's not permanent. It's all changing when you are changing. You're experiencing you. SP doing something that you don't like is just you. And by changing how you view them, and by changing the story of the outside world, and by changing the meaning of the things that they are doing, you're shifting into a reality where now you're facing the ideal version of them that's doing the things that you want, that's courting you, that's prioritizing you. Another thing, a lot of you are putting way too much attention into the SP when you should be changing you first. Why are you putting so much more attention on somebody else than you are yourself? If the world is a reflection of you, why wouldn't you want to shine yourself? Put yourself on the pedestal. Raise yourself to the highest level. Everyone else outside is secondary. You are what's most important. Without you, there can be nothing else. Without you, there can be no show. Without you, there's no production. So why wouldn't I spend the time, majority of the time, molding myself into becoming the person that I want to be? Why is it that you think that somebody else can be more important than you? Without you, their importance is nothing, because the person that you like is nothing to me. You made them important, but to me, they're just a normal person. When you change self, you change everything outside. When you change self, people look at you different. People change their perspective of you. By changing self, you automatically change the world around you. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of the times you don't even need SP affirmations once you start doing self-concept. Self-concept will most likely, actually, I'm gonna just say 99, if not 100%, change everything without you intending for things to change specifically. A good self-concept will get you further than a few SP affirmations. I mean, aren't you tired of always being ignored by your SP, always being second, always not being picked by the people that you like? I mean, I would be tired. I would be frustrated. But now that you know and you are privy to law of assumption, you know what to change. Nobody is keeping you in a box but you. And the more you keep just crying over SP and changing nothing, the more you're going to keep experiencing that story. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't feel your emotions. That's not what I'm saying. Feel your emotions, of course. Have human experiences, but your thoughts is what needs to change. Let your body feel the emotions, but your thoughts have to change the story. You cannot let your thoughts agree with what your body is feeling. Let your body cry, let your body do whatever, but during or after your session of crying or letting out your emotions, everything is working out best case scenario. I always get what I want. Use blanket affirmations when it feels very overwhelming. Every single SP I've ever wanted has always come back, has always been begging for me, has always wanted to come back into my life. Why? Because I changed self. I was very much a people pleaser. And it wasn't until I changed that people didn't start treating me differently in a good way, how I wanted them to be treating me. I knew that I was the source of everything happening around me. So why would I not change me? Why would I not care about the engine per se? I'm source. Everything outside of me is happening because of me, because of my awareness. So wouldn't it make more sense to just change that, the root of the problem to begin with, than change all the little minor things first? That's just how I feel when it comes to manifesting. It just makes more sense because you're able to sustain your desires much longer and you're able to do less work. A lot of the times, just having a good self-concept is enough to bring SP back. Actually, not a lot of the times, 100% of the time, because everything is you. But yeah, these are my thoughts on how to get back SP, or how to make people fall in love with you, or how to make them chase and crave you and want you by putting yourself on the pedestal. Think about it. Next time you have a difficult circumstance, instead of going to an automatic negative conclusion, why don't you take that time for a second and think about how manifestation works? You can either, one, take your focus away from it and change the story and not give it a negative meaning, or you can react, cry, spiral, and keep perpetuating the same scenario. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, if you guys have any other questions, head over to my website, conjuredrealm.com. You can book your coaching and your phone call sessions or email sessions through there at a time that's more convenient to you. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. All right, guys, happy manifesting.